Use generative fill in Photoshop to add new elements to existing photos. And it works just by having a photo. We're going to make a selection somewhere in the photo. And then from within the contextual taskbar, we click on generate. Now, before I do that, here's an example of, one that I did already where I asked Photoshop to generate a window for this wall. So we'll try something similar. First of all, I do need to make a selection, and any of the selection tools will work for this. In this case, I'll just use rectangular marquee because what I want to do is, drag out a square, rectangle I mean here, and then contextual taskbar pops up, and I'm going to click on generative fill. Now you'll need, in this case, to type in some kind of a prompt so that Photoshop knows what to do. I'm going to just use a really generic one. It's usually better to be kind of specific with your prompts, but we'll just see what happens with window as our prompt. And then Adobe is using Firefly. That's Adobe's AI generator. Works right within Photoshop. You'll see in the properties window there that it was coming up with some solutions, and then when it has those solutions, it spits out 3 of them, and from there, if you see one that you like, it shows up in your layers. There it is up here, not in the layer group that I was working on, so it's right there. There's my sparkly generative AI symbol. You'll see that it's actually got a mask on it as well. Let me click on the mask properly. And, so this is something that works just like any other element now. I could adjust the mask or continue to refine it. But let's say that I am like, first of all, I don't like some of these. I can go through and delete them. I can also just ask Photoshop to generate another round of 3 by clicking generate again. Or maybe I'll go in and, I could adjust my prompt a little bit to try to make it more specific to what I am imagining. But in this case, I'll just click generate one more time, see if any of these solutions are better or worse. Still kind of like this one more than the others. So the other thing I can do is click on the 3 dots on this solution and say generate similar, and then it will take that one and attempt some more solutions that are going to be kind of along the same lines as the one that we thought was most successful for whatever reason. And so we'll take a second for those to generate, and yes, they're not always going to be perfect. Like this one has some issues, and some of these have looked a little crooked or whatever, but oftentimes it will come up with something that works pretty great, and it's easy enough to do that.